Hi, my name is Greg Seaman, and I am one of the guitar teachers here at Zamar Guitar, which is located in Traverse City, Michigan on South Airport Road. And our telephone number is 231-929-0097. And please visit our website, which is zamarguitarinc.com. I just want to kind of give you an overview of what guitar lessons are like with me here at Zamar Guitar. There's three basic areas of study in guitar lessons that I work on with students. Reading music, learning how to play songs, and lead guitar. Those are the three areas that we concentrate on the most. When a student first comes in, especially if they're like a beginning student, what I like to do is teach them how to play chords and songs right off the bat. My theory behind this, after 30 years of teaching guitar lessons, is that when a student first comes in, and if they can start playing, some simple songs with chords like G, C, D, E minor, and I'm playing the song with them, then they really sets the hook. They realize that they can be a guitar player and they can play something right off the bat, and it's a lot of fun and gets them started on it. So the most important thing about guitar lessons is having fun, because if you're not having fun doing it, then you're not going to practice as much, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. Then usually down the road a ways is when I start getting into playing written music. We can do that like usually out of a method book. I have method books that have DVDs in them. And I like to mix it up. I like to be able to work on written music one week and work on songs the next week, and just kind of go back and forth between the two and start introducing music reading. Now I have some students, I have adult students and like high school or junior high students who are already music readers. They play other instruments, they play piano or they play in band. Sometimes those students are not as interested in music reading as it relates to the guitar. Maybe we'll go through some lessons where we just learn how to translate the knowledge they have already onto the guitar neck so that they understand how it works. And then there's other students that really love to play written music and really get into it. And usually if that happens, if I notice that happening with student, we get into playing classical guitar. I like to use the Frederick Node series books where we can work on classical guitar, and also playing out of the real book is also a good opportunity to be able to play written music for the guitar. Playing lead guitar is one of my favorite things to teach and work on. I even wrote a book called Improvisation for Blues and Rock Guitar. And in this book and in my lessons, I teach students how to play scales, all the scale shapes on the neck of the guitar, how the neck of the guitar works as far as root tones and scale patterns, modal theory, and then also licks. It seems like there's two ways that this works. On one hand, we learn how to play scales, and we learn how to play the modes and the theory behind it, and learn how to improvise. I feel that improvisation is very important for musicianship, period. No matter what instrument that you're playing, even when you're playing chords and playing songs, knowing how to improvise helps when you're playing with other people and when you're in live situations when you're playing, so that it's not so foreign to be able to shift gears, or maybe if a mistake happens, you're able to shift and get right back into the song. And that's where improvisational skills help, and also just to be able to improvise, be able to spontaneously come up with leads and guitar parts for songs that you're working on or playing with. And then on the other hand, we learn how to play solos note for note by famous artists like Stevie Ray or Jimi Hendrix or Clapton or whoever that you're interested in learning how to play. We learn how to play the solos by an artist note for note in a particular song, and when we do that, we can see what scales and what modes they're playing in, and see how that artist was utilizing those scales. And the two areas start to blend together. What happens is that you actually start incorporating some of the licks that you've learned from other guitar players and from famous artists, and you incorporate that into your own playing, and that also helps bring more understanding, real life understanding of modal theory and how the scales work on the guitar neck. I'm real down to earth as far as guitar lessons. I like to be able to figure out how to get people playing, what they want to play. I'm real practical about it as far as getting into playing the kind of music that students want to play and how we get there quickly and efficiently and be able to learn how to play correctly. Those are all important things to me. When I play music, as far as playing music with by bands, when we're learning how to play songs, which is usually the most fun thing. The students love to do that almost more than anything else. When we start learning how to play songs, I use different equipment here to help that. Obviously, with my laptop, I have access to iTunes. We can find any song and be able to download the song. Sometimes I write the song out by hand. Sometimes we find music for it, so that can be helpful. I also use the Tascam Guitar Trainer so that we can slow down parts and be able to really analyze how a lead is being played. I do a lot of headphone amp work here in the studio so that we can get distortion sounds and modulation sounds and delay sounds without having to have the amp gear here in the studio. And also when we plug in, you know, from iTunes or put a cassette or a CD in, we're able, it sounds like we're right in the recording. So that makes it a lot of fun to be able to learn how to play songs. Playing songs along with CDs, I feel, is good practice for playing with bands. If you could play a particular song right along with a CD, then chances are when you get together with live people, a real drummer, bass player, keyboard player, and a singer, and you're playing the guitar parts, at least you know how the flow of the song is supposed to work, where the choruses and the verses and the bridges work, where the solo works. It's, you know, obviously not the same as playing with live musicians, but it's good practice for playing with live musicians. And also it provides timing, which is a real important part of guitar lessons. So the real good part of playing guitar is tempo and timing. So anyways, this is it's really fun to take guitar lessons. If you are interested in doing it, please give me a call at 231-929-0097 and come on down and let me show you how to do it. Especially, I love to work on rock and blues and acoustic music. I do a lot of acoustic music also. Actually, we play everything in this room, from heavy metal to country. I have all different ages. Usually right around 7, 8 years old is a good time to start taking lessons. I also have a lot of young students that are in that age group that might be 6 or 7 or 8 years old who take lessons with their parents. That's one of my favorite things to do. If mom or dad wants their child to learn how to play guitar, what I suggest is for them to get a guitar too, and all three of us sit in here and play together, and that really helps practicing at home also. And it's just a fun parent-child thing to be able to do. It's something they'll carry with them for their whole lives, remembering when they were young, how they used to play guitar with dad or used to play guitar with mom. And I've had lots of great experiences doing that kind of stuff. So come on down and take some guitar lessons from me at Zamar Guitar, and also there's free lesson coupons, so your first lesson is free. So come on down and check it out, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it.